tapping. It's not every day that people begin to look at instruments in a different way. And we live in a time where that is being done with guitar. I love this technique and may bring an interesting perspective to the table. So fundamentally, tapping is rooted in traditional playing techniques, picking a string, hammering on, pulling off, sliding, and combining those things together. The difference is where your hands are placed on the guitar. So I like this concept of letting the guitar do some of the work for you. And one thing that poetically kind of lines up with that is open tunings and alternate tunings and how those mesh so well with this technique. So if I have these open tunings and I just leave my traditional picking hand to tap in one area and just choose a pattern of notes to play in succession, and I find something that I like or it just, sits well with my ear, then I have a pattern, right? Now I'm playing piano. And so what's left from there? Well, you have a whole nother hand here. So you have so many options from there. And with your fretting hand, you can play the bass, or you can play a different melody. Or you can ascend and descend the melody of the picking hand. Or it can be a fast run, so you can either simulate sounds like sweep picking that you hear in more technical guitar music, or you can just have it be a screaming lead. Tapping can be more intuitive than using a pick. You can get sounds out of tapping that sound very fast, but are much more intuitive to play. And there is a range that you get with tapping from keeping both of your hands in relatively the same position on the fretboard. The range can be much more pronounced. The results are different enough that we notice it when we hear it, when we're listening to this genre of music, or when we're listening to this technique. To move from 1 to 3 fret region to the 12 to 18 fret region is drastic to the ear, it's noticeable, and it results in this new sound. And meanwhile, you can do this on multiple strings in quick succession. You can use similar patterns, or you can change the patterns, and each of these things really puts distinctive touches in the music that you create. And so you just have opened up a range of possibility that just simply was not there before. One thing I love about tapping is the patterns and the flow states that you can get in, because these open tunings are great for throwing away your knowledge, throwing away your preconceptions, and getting back in touch with your ear and just being able to explore. If there's no pressure on you to have knowledge, you have less fear of what you're going to do on the fretboard, and it's not that scary anyways, hopefully. And from there, now your other hand, working with your ear and working with the hand that's already doing some work, can be free to explore without as much expectation. And this really can enhance your own personal voice. because what I'm going to hear is going to be different from what somebody else is going to hear. And sometimes I don't feel that that's as true in standard tuning. If we're all thinking about what key we're in, we're all starting from a much closer place, which obviously has great benefits, but in terms of authentic personal voice, it's just important. So on the flip side, going back to standard tuning after you have experience with open tunings and alternate tunings, and maybe you've made some tunings of your own, is going to give you a very enhanced knowledge of standard tuning. Getting experience going away from what is normal for you gives you more knowledge of the normal. And then, you know, going past these basics, there's just different places you can take this. And you see artists like John Gaume, who, if you haven't seen Passion Flower, it will just really blow you away because you can invert your hands. Just so simple and so effective, and also very beautiful. I think one thing that stands out with tapping is it brings the visual back into music. It's very connected to the music. And then you have John Butler with Ocean, which breaks a lot of songwriting rules, and it's just amazing for it, and utilizes tapping on a 12-string acoustic guitar. And it really doesn't matter whether you're playing acoustic or electric. And it doesn't matter from what stance you come towards music. Tapping is a way to introduce some unknown and some freedom into your creativity process. And I really do encourage everybody that can to try the technique. So if you did enjoy this video, I would appreciate it so much if you left a like and comment, and consider subscribing. Check out some of the other ways that I've used tapping on my channel. We're doing a lot this year in terms of this channel and music in general. So subscribe so that you can see all those future things. There's cool things ahead. So thanks for watching, guys.